Okay, okay. To start, okay, I'm gonna read a little synopsis about the case. We are working today in the case of Mary Griffin at Derby Foods. Mary Griffin is a vice president of consumer products to provide feedback to one of the subordinates that in this case is Simon York. And Simon York is a stronger performer, is a hard worker, but he recently received a promotion as a, let me see,
brand manager.
Brand manager, thank you, thank you. But he shows some poor interpersonal skills in manner in which he interacts with his other teams with the production staff. Ms. Griffin should provide a feedback to him to help to prevent the disruption of York in his career and in the company. Now we can start with this discussion, which there is some questions. I don't know if you see the question of the meeting agenda, but I have some questions. We can start with some facts. So, what is the issue?
I think one of the concern here is how he conducted himself towards his colleagues. York, even though they made some errors or mistake, the way that he tried to correct wasn't the best way, and he reprimanded the part of his team in a harsh way in front of other people. It really made them look bad. He even went to the extent of making fun of them. So that wasn't a good attitude.
Yeah, this is one of the issues. Any other? Hi, Monica.
Oh, hello, guys. I'm sorry I'm a little late. Is that because you sent me the link on my phone and I just had to transfer the data? That's all.
Okay, it's okay. We start recently. Okay. Any other ideas? We are talking right now, Monica, about what is the issue.
Well, the issue is just I would put it as a lack of lack of the social skills, you know, the way that he handled the situation. I mean, the product manager.
Yeah.
So
similar that Marceline say. Yeah. What do you see? Well, it's important, but why this issue is important for the business?
Is it in a way to improve the business? Yeah. Why was this important to happen?
And for the team management.
I think it shows that the managers need more training. So whenever you're in a position that you're a leader, you're a manager, you need to provide training so that in order to avoid conflict, because that's one of the things I was reading. When situations like that happen, it makes it clear that you not only need to give a feedback, but you also need to provide a proper training so that your managers know how to communicate better and maintain a positive, you know, culture within the company.
Yeah.
Thank you, Monica. As you were talking, I thought about relationships. One of the things that I have learned about one of the things that I have learned about relationships is that they are based on trust. So the way he conducted himself it kind of broke that trust that his teammates had on him, you know, as his boss, as his leader or their leader. And once trust is broken, it's hard to make amends. So York losing his trust from his colleagues, they won't be able to, you know, they will be afraid of making mistake or even contributing, giving new ideas with fear of being reproved.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that is true, because the way that he treat the workers, they make shy to bring a suggestion or to say something, because they will think that no, he's gonna be mad, he's gonna start yelling to us. That broke the relationship between the workers. What do you think, Jamie?
Yeah, I'd also put, I guess for our homework assignment, that it seemed that he had a perfectionist attitude, and this causes, you know, a leader like that to be overcritical and impatient, and it doesn't make them good at delegating. And like, I forgot who said, but you know, being able to talk and communicate well. And so, you know, most of the time it'll cause more stress and cause the workers to be less productive, because they're not going to be excited about doing anything if they're afraid.
Yeah. That means that the specific behavior that raise the concerns are selfishness will be. The other is lack of interracial relationship with the workers. What else? Public reprimands, team behavior towards the York, internal relationship. Now, what do you believe is the culture of Derby food? Or what do you think is the culture of Derby food?
Well, from the reading, it sounds like it's a respectful brand or environment where people are treated or should be treated equally.
Yeah.
The reason I say this is because someone stood up, the production manager, when he saw York screaming or shouting angrily at his workers, he disapproved that behavior. It's something that was not acceptable in the company.
Yeah.
And because he knew it wasn't acceptable, he went to report to the vice president. So if it was something usual, acceptable, he wouldn't have bothered to go and report to the vice president.
Yeah, that's true. What else? What other culture do you think that Derby food will have? Teamwork? I can hear Monica. You are mute.
here we go. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I have to agree with what he said there, that the culture seems to be about respect, mutual respect. And obviously the focus is quality and precision, because they have a reputation that they need to maintain. And I would think it's a positive culture, with the exception that of that incident that the brand manager, he kind of makes his team feel uncomfortable, and he just makes them afraid of speak up their ideas, afraid to make a mistake. So, but other than that, I believe it's a culture of respect, and it's a positive culture.
What about you, Jamie?
Yeah, I definitely agree that it seems, like teamwork, and that they expect their employees to really come together and voice their opinions and be able to work together well, to bring a good product. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure, this is one of the role culture in every institution, in every company, wherever we work or we stay. That will be one of the rules that everyone has to have. Now, what is Mary's role in establishing this culture?
She's the leader. I mean, she's the one that everybody's looking up to. So I think it's, important that she follows her own standards and is, sets a good example, especially with, dealing with the current situation with her employee.
So the question is how she contributes to the culture of the company.
Yeah.
I think that besides being the leader, right, the vice president of the brand, of the products, she is also a good listener, and that's very important. When you're a leader, you need to listen to feedback. You gotta not only listen, but you gotta acknowledge the feedback from your other managers. And in this case, she has done that. She has listened, she acknowledged the feedback, and she thanked the production manager for his feedback, and she will try to address it.
Yeah.
She proposed, I'm going to take care of this. So everything's going to be okay. I'm going to take care of this.
Yeah. But do you think that she act quickly or she wait too much?
I think she waited too long.
She waited a little bit too long. Should have acted sooner.
Yeah, she has to act as soon as the other manager came to her and talk about what happened.
Yeah, not schedule a meeting. She definitely should have brought him in right away.
Yeah, I was wondering why she didn't do anything in the first meeting where Tim did some error and York started making joke about him, saying that you're lucky that that company isn't here. If they were here, he started saying things like that. I wonder why no one said anything at that moment.
Right.
Because from what I read, the managers were laughing, except for the team members.
No, the team
not
was
comfortable.
embarrassment. They feel so embarrassed. They don't want to be there. They want to finish and leave the meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was wondering why, among other leaders that were there, why they didn't stand up or didn't say anything. They were just going on with the flow. I don't know if they were trying to please York or something.
That means that she has to take action immediately. Okay, the other question is, what is Simon's role in establish or maintaining the culture in the maintaining the culture?
It stated that he was a good employee as an assistant and that he was
For
really,
the culture, or he is saying against the culture of the oh, I forgot the Derby food.
yeah. I mean, they said he was a good employee as an assistant.
Yeah.
I think just becoming manager maybe went to his head a little bit. Like, you know, sometimes people get a power trip. And I guess he just, you know, he really thought that he was doing good for the company, but unfortunately the way he was acting towards his, and you know, the other employees turned out not being so great. So
Yeah. Do you think that he contributing with the team and respond the needs that they have? I think that no, because he was thinking of his value that he wants, but he
yeah.
don't think about the team.
He doesn't empathize. I think that's what
Yeah.
you're trying to say, right? He doesn't have empathy for his team. He expects everybody to be at his level.
Mhm.
Right. Yeah.
That means that he was working against the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Despite that he is a very good worker with good ideas, but according with the culture of the Derby food, he is against of that culture. Or maybe he didn't know that culture because he didn't have a training about that.
Well, I think to be in a position of a leader, especially as a brand manager, you must know how the culture of the company. You must know the vision or the politics of the company, because I don't think he would be assigned to a leadership position without receiving any training. I don't know. Unless it all happened too quick and he was going to receive training
Because
after.
he was recently received the promotion.
Yeah, but before that he was working with the brand manager that was in the company for a long time. So I think power got into his head. That's what I think.
Yeah, because if we read in the third paragraph, he said because of this effort that George had been promoted, the brand manager replacing someone, that George seemed to manage this relationship very well, respecting the former brand manager experience, but playfully challenging him to try new techniques. He wants something new. He wants to create difference with the company, but he forgot the humans. He forgot the teams. He forgot to work with the teams. Do you agree or no?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he works very well by himself, but he also needs to be able to work as a team, to work with other people. And that can be hard when you only know how to work and to do well on your own.
Yeah, team player. Yeah. Okay. What is the team member's role in establishing or maintaining the culture? Because it's not only Mary Griffin, it's not only George. There is another teams. They support the culture.
What is that question again? I have it
What
open.
is the team member's role in establishing or maintaining the culture? Or how are they support the culture? If we saw at in the first paragraph, John Sherburne, he support the culture because he was mad look when he saw the behavior of York.
Hmm.
I think just having them speak up more, speak up for themselves, and you know, show that they are doing a good job. And just the problem is that they weren't speaking up; they were just kind of letting it slide. So
What about the group team when they were in a meeting? All the managers, the brand managers. Do you think they support the culture, the role culture of the?
no,
Because they start laughing about what the opinion of your about the team. If you are a good manager, you support your team, you try to put your team the best that you can. What about you, Marcelino? What are your ideas?
Sorry, I didn't understand the question.
What is the team members' role, the team members' roles in establishing or maintain the culture or the role culture of the company? We talked before that the culture of the company is respect the team, good relationship with the workers, teamwork, good stewardship relationship. Do you think that the other teams maintaining that culture?
Well, this reminded me of a situation I found myself in. A recent, not recently, but some time ago, our company hired a new human resource manager, and she didn't speak in a nice manner with us, some of us, and the behavior went on, and I saw that it was only gonna, it was not gonna get better. Like in front of our boss, she would speak nicely, but when she's with us, she would speak in a different tune. So I went and spoke with her, made things clear, like, you know, I don't know where she's coming from, but here things are not done in this way. You know, she can't speak to me in that way because not even the CEO speaks to me in that way. So it was really weird for her to speak to me in that way because someone above her, you know, didn't ever thought of speaking to me in that way.
Yeah. And do you think in that moment you give to her a feedback about what do you think, no, about their behavior?
Yes, sometimes people are not aware of how they react or treat other people. So maybe bring this to their attention, they might accept or recognize and correct the behavior.
Yeah.
I agree with Marcelino. Am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes, that's right, Monica.
All right. So I agree with him that you have to make your team aware of what happened. Most people, they were not thinking and noticing what was going on. They're just kind of just going with the flow, and they didn't realize that laughing about it, it was not the right thing to do. But if the managers, the higher managers, bring that to their attention, bring that to the meeting and say, hey guys, that incident that happened, it shouldn't happen again. It wasn't right. So the right culture is this, and we need to make sure that to nurture this culture of respect and teamwork, and you know what I mean? Just don't tear all the people apart, just build them up.
Yeah. Yeah. That means that the way that they has to support the culture of the company is providing the feedback.
Correct.
Yeah. Also, they had to provide feedback to Griffin. I thought that John Shelburne, he support the culture of the company because he went directly to talk with Mary Griffin about the situation.
Yes.
Yeah, that is our role as a future managers is be aware about that behavior. What would you recommend starting, stopping, or continuing with in each role of the culture? Do you think it's better to what do you recommend? Starting working in that culture, in that role, about improve the relationship between workers and the relationship, the manager and supervisor with the workers, or they had to continue in the way that they are doing?
So Maria, the question is what we would recommend to maintain,
Yeah.
change, or
What would
build?
you recommend, starting, stopping, or continuing in each role?
I think to build the existing culture, it would be first to establish a sense of belonging for the team. Everybody belongs, everybody opinions matter. So you got to be able to listen and listen to what your team has to say. I think that would be a way to build on the existing culture and also maintain it. So
Marcelino has problem tuning out with the internet. What's your thought, Jamie?
I think that there needs to be at least a little bit of change, especially with the managers, like maybe more training, like we talked about earlier, just having some type of leadership training for their managers. And maybe after, discussing things with Mr. York, he might not fit in that role. And so maybe he needs to go back to being assistant manager, or even getting in, putting him in a different position where he's not in that type of situation where he feels the need to, be so high strung, I guess. towards his employees. So yeah, I mean, I think there does definitely need to be some changes, especially with the managers not supporting their employees who are getting belittled and yelled at. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean that they have to start working. They have to start and check what happened with the culture of the company. Now we're gonna go to the feedback discussion about feedback. Let me see if I can share my screen. Share screen. Do you see the screen, my screen?
Yes.
Okay. We want to talk about, for you, what are the most effective methods that Mary Griffin can use to make the discussion productive? I think for me, as giving feedback and coaching, how to pronounce it, coaching, because feedback is to enable the feedback recipient to make him or herself more effective, to elevate his or her performance. So feedback recipient can do a better job creating the condition that enables others to excel. What do you think about this method? Do you think it's okay, or what's your idea? Also, there is another.
I think it's very interesting when they say that you start with the question. When you're trying to give somebody a feedback, you start with the questions about, maybe the last meeting, or, how the situation turned out, just to get a feeling of, so you have a feeling of what that person was thinking, when he was doing that, you know what I mean? I don't know, they say observe the person, try to understand.
That is like underlining the skill, observation.
Yeah, the underlying skill. So you got to observe, pay attention to that behavior. Try to understand why that person behaved that way. And it can be hard if you don't have time to socialize, you don't know your own employee, but asking that person asking them the right question, and asking them, hey, what do you think of that situation? That way you get a feedback from the person that you're trying to improve their social skills, the person that you're trying to help. You give them room to speak, and then you try to understand what they're saying and their feelings and their emotions. Once you understand and you're able to empathize with their emotion, then you can come with your feedback and say, okay, I understand your point, but this is how I think that they should have, this is the direction that this should have happened. What do you think? Throw the question back at the person that you're trying to help.
Yeah.
Because her job is, she's trying to help him. She's trying to improve him. But she cannot be aggressive. So she has to be really, skillful.
I think that Mary Griffin, she observed, she analyzed that what happened, but she's afraid to give the feedback.
Yeah.
She is afraid. She starts thinking, what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna say to him, because maybe she doesn't want that he left the company because he is a good human resource. But she is the vice president. She can talk with him. And you applying this, giving the feedback, to deliver the feedback and to inquire to how he can understand that what can cause his behavior to the company. Okay. Another thing that they can do is give a constructive criticism. Let me see, where is? I put a mark, but I can't find now. Okay, another thing is to create a good condition to bring a feedback. We can, for example, she cannot give feedback to him in a meeting with other manager. She has to be in a place that is quiet, private, that nobody can come and interrupt that they were talking about. She has to be calm, but confident that what she say to him. And she had to have the clear ideas about the issue that his behaviors it caused to the company, and ready to be open the answer of him. What are your ideas about this?
I think it's the right thing, obviously, to set up a private meeting and have a place that you don't have any, like a phone ringing or a cell phone ringing. It's a quiet place where you can talk and listen to each other. That is the correct way of doing it. Not every company does it like that, but it is the right way to do it. And you have to be clear-headed for sure. You have to be well rested. You have to be calm. And I think it's kind of hard to get the recipient to be ready and somewhat open to the feedback. I think the best way to get them open to your feedback is just maybe start by telling how good of a worker they are, how you appreciate their contribution to the company, just to get them a little bit more relaxed or open to hear what you're going to say next.
Yeah.
But it can be a tough situation giving a feedback. It can be really challenging.
Yeah. Do you have any other method that can give a feedback to the manager, to John or to other person in any case?
You asking me?
Yeah, or Jamie.
Oh yeah. So I mean, my other opinion on it is that you need to build that trust. Like for example, for me, if I trust my manager, like if I look up to her and she inspires me, she's a great leader, I can talk to her about anything. So if she already built this trust, if the trust exists, then it's easier. I'll be more open. I'll be ready to listen to whatever she says because, she's always been there for me when I needed to talk. And she's only trying to help me. But we need that trust, that relationship. And it's hard because it's a fast-paced world that, everybody just go, work. You know what I mean? Get things done. So it is hard to kind of find the balance. And I feel like you got to use your intuition to find that balance. Yeah. It's hard, but a little bit of a help from God, you can do it.
Yeah. What about you, Jamie?
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much put the same, in our homework assignment and just said that, making sure that you're explaining to them that you are satisfied with their work and that you have confidence in them and their team. But, while you want to build that trust, at the same time though, you are the boss, you are his leader, and so you want to be understanding and mediating during the conversation. But I think at the same time, you do need to be a little assertive so that they can understand that that behavior isn't going to be tolerated anymore. I think that's because it was pretty bad behavior. So it's not like something she can just, throw under the rug. Because I mean, in a way, the actions that he did, especially like the yelling, during, I think it was in the product, like where they made the stuff, that can be detrimental for the entire company, not just for him or for, it can be the employees that are getting yelled at could, it can be bad for the company itself. So, I think it's good to get the feedback of maybe why he's acting that way. Maybe he's, stressed from the position or feels like he needs to prove something. So reiterating that he is doing a good job and that the team is doing a good job, and that, to kind of go a little easier, I guess.
Yeah, this is like delivering a constructive criticism.
Right. Like, yeah.
Yeah. But I think that the way that they can help him to improve the issue is, as you say, delivering to him a constructive criticism about his job, that the potential that he has, then get a feedback about how can improve, how he can be better manager in the future.
Better communication.
Better communication, a better team, because he liked to be in the top. But to get that, he has to work together. He has to work with the team, no only him alone.
Right.
I mean, all the great work that's out there, it's usually a team. You don't do things alone. All the great works that's out there, the great buildings, the great equipments out there, it's a whole team that they need to come together and work together to make great things happen. Right. So yeah, important to keep mindset.
Okay. Well, we are almost, we have 15 minutes. Well, I think that we covered all the questions. Do you have any other idea or any other thoughts?
I think we discussed a lot. Like, I think we really went over it. So,
well, to give a little conclusion. Okay. Constructive feedback is one of the best things the manager can provide to their employees. When deliver this feedback properly, it can reinforce the positive behavior of the worker and correct any negative behavior, performance, and ensure a strong culture in the company and in the team. The feedback is a constructive and vital for all the employees. It's not only for manager, it's for all the employees. This is our class for today. We have to choose who is gonna teach the next lesson.
What is the next lesson about? Do you
The
guys
next
have time to
lesson
look into it?
is The next one is let me see. Let me open here. What Google Learn is the next one, the next week.
What is it called?
What Google Learn study with.
So it's about Google?
Google Learn.
Okay. I could try to be the facilitator for the next meeting. The only things that I don't have Zoom, would one of you be able to post the link at least?
Okay, I can do it.
You can. Oh, thank you, Maria.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can be the next lead.
Okay, and you know where you can find the agenda?
It's within this lesson folder, right? Week 4.
No, if you go to the modules and discussion and group discussion information, you click in the third row, group meeting agenda, you can find the question, the meeting agenda, and you can read that and prepare the agenda for the meeting.
So yeah, so it says study group, right? That's the folder, study group. What Google? Oh my God, my computer is a little slow. I'm sorry. So what Google Learn. So study group. Then I click on that. It's due on May 14th. And then there's an agenda. So I just click on the agenda and I just read the questions, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right. So for some reason, I thought there would be more people in our group, where like I sign up to be the leader, but only like towards the end. But it looks like we're gonna be a small group.
Yeah, we have to try to feel, to know which week we're gonna teach, to be prepared, because I choose before the week 4, but because nobody was signing for this, I decided to change for today.
Right. I mean, so we were supposed to have a bigger group, and I got really confused because there was another. I don't know if it was you, Maria, that was on that group on what is the name of that app?
Sophia.
No. There was another app, another student in our class. They started an app. I forgot the name of the app right now, and he added me to this app. It's not WhatsApp. It's something else. I can't remember the name right now. Okay. And then I was confused. I was like, oh, am I part of your group or am I part of Maria's group? I got really lost with that because I think everybody was kind of confused in which group. I think
that is for how called this program? Slack,
yeah. Did you see
that? I'm there, but it's for to review to check the accountability project.
Oh, the accountability. Oh, yeah, okay. I thought it was for actually our weekly meetings, and I got so confused with that.
Yeah. That was, I think that was how call him? Marlon,
yeah.
Marlon and Macenda, Daniel. Macenda.
Yeah. So but now I understand. So he only created that for the accountability project then.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I understand. Perfect. And Maria, I just opened the questions for next week, and it looks like it's just a few questions. It's not as many, and it doesn't have the PowerPoint.
No. I put this because in the agenda say that we have to work with the PowerPoint. This PowerPoint is from the material that we have to read, but you prepare your class accordingly what you feel comfortable. There's a lot of questions, but because we have only 60 minutes, we have to choose what is best.
Right. I mean, here I only see like a few questions. Like I have 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have like 5 questions for the Google Learned. So do you think that I would need a PowerPoint presentation for that?
It's up to you.
Okay.
I use this because they said work with the, you can work with the material. I use that.
Okay, all
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
I see.
Well,
Okay, so
let me see. I know very good manage the Zoom, but I try to do the best I can. Well, thank
it
you.
was great. Thank you for jumping in and helping everyone out, and starting the group. That was very helpful.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, Jamie, for coming today.
Thank you. Yeah, I have three of my classes all have meetings on Thursday, so I'm like one right after another.
Busy woman.
Oh, yeah.
But luckily I was glad to. Do you remember what was the gentleman's name that was on
Marcelino.
Marcelino, no?
Marcelino, yes.
Marcelino. Okay. I'm like filling out the minutes template thing and I couldn't remember what his name was. Okay.
Okay, well.
So do we have to submit our notes from the meetings to the professor too, or just
No,
the
I
link for the meeting?
had to send to all of you the link of the video, and
Right.
each of us has to send to the assignment.
Oh, individually, we all have to send the
Individually,
link?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I see. Okay, but we don't have to send her any notes of, of what we agree
I
on.
don't think so. Let me see.
The minutes template, it's on it's under where it says teach one another organization due by Saturday.
So
let me
I'm pulling up my my screen for the
To the
schoolwork.
group there before.
Yeah, it's like the second one down. It's right under.
Feedback coaching PowerPoint. No.
So is that for week 4 or is it in the week 3 folder?
So week 3 under where it says teach one another - organization. If you scroll down a little bit, you'll see like near the bottom, it'll say minutes template.
I mean, for me, I only see the introduction, the reminder for accountability project, study habits to write up, the study group, insight sharing, and accountability quiz. That's all I see.
Let me see if I can turn this around real quick. Can you see my screen?
Week 3.
If I talk, can you see? It says like teach one another organization, and then if you go at the bottom, it has
Okay, let me see.
minutes template.
Can I see the top again? Like, would you mind sharing your screen? Because it's so small, I can barely see it.
I'm on my phone, so I'm
Oh,
not
you're on your phone. Oh, sorry.
unfortunately, yeah.
So what does it say at the top? Week 3?
Week 3.
Teach one another.
It's like the second activity down on the modules. So like if you click modules, it was the second activity on week 3.
Okay.
And then if you scroll all the way down to like the rubric, it says right here, minutes template. You just download it and then, yeah. So it looks like this.
And so on the minutes template, so what do you have to share?
So if you download it, it just
Yeah.
has your name, we're group 4. The leader for the week was Maria, and then I guess 60 minutes was, for our attendance. And then you list all the names of the group members and then just write a summary of our group discussion and what we learned.
All right, sounds good.
Yep.
Thanks so much.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna start the.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Jamie.
Thank
you.
Bye, thank you.
Have a good night.
You
Thank
too.
you so much.